going on, everyone, and welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel. And today I want to talk to you guys about why I think ERGO is going to be the best coin to mine right after the Ethereum merge. Now, I'm not talking about a go-to coin. I'm not talking about a coin that everyone points to and it's going to be profitable. We don't know what the profits will be like, but initially, right after the merge, I really think ERGO is the coin you're going to want to mine, but it's also going to turn into probably the worst coin to mine. Now, you're probably scratching your head right now trying to figure out what am I talking about, so let's figure this out. Today's video is brought to you by Hero Miners. What is your next go-to coin after the merge? Is it ETC, ERGO, FLUX, Raven? If you plan on mining any of those throughout the month of September starting today, then Hero Miners is for you. Throughout the entire month of September, there will be no block reward fees, no parallel asset fees on FLUX, and no payout fees on the following ETC, ERGO, FLUX, or Raven coins. As well, they are dropping the ERGO confirmations from 720, which is coded into ERGO itself, down to 72, which means you get your payouts faster. And we are not done yet. So on top of FLUX, parallel assets being paid out every block in FLUX, future parallel assets will be added up for when they release and paid to you at a later date. Now, Hero Miners is also having a $1,500 giveaway for any miner on ETC, ERGO, FLUX, or Raven. So there's $250 going to one of each coin. That's Ethereum Classic, ERGO, FLUX, and Raven coin, and one $500 prize to any miner on any of those four coins throughout the entire month. Now, if you guys plan on mining the Hero Miners, good luck to you, and I hope you guys win. So why would ERGO be the best coin to mine? Now, I know a lot of you guys are already pointing your fingers at ERGO because it uses less power. Now, remember, you guys are thinking about that. A whole bunch of other people are thinking about that. So it's just going to get hammered with a crap ton of hash rate. We know this is going to happen. But what's different about ERGO is that the difficulty is very, very slow to adjust. So we're going to go into the workstation in a little bit here, and I'll kind of show you what I mean. But just for the quick rundown, initially, as all the hash rate comes in and we do point to ERGO, the difficulty is not going to go up initially. It's going to take some time for it to finally adjust. Now, as it does start finally adjusting and people realize this, it's all going to work down into a crypto mining strategy. The game is just beginning. I like to look at it like this. Ethereum mining, you buy a GPU, you point at it, and we're on easy mode. We're running the tutorial right now. We bought the GPU, we pointed at Ethereum, and we're making money. Well, once the merge goes through, we all just went to the last level of the game. We're on expert mode, and now the game's really beginning. You're gonna have to figure out how these blockchains work, how the difficulties adjust. Where is all the hash rate sitting? Yeah, you can simply go to what to mine and it'll tell you, but I can guarantee you, by the time you go to what to mine, you see a coin that may be profitable at the time, and if it's most likely using a PPLNS pool over a prop or a PPS, by the time you get to that pool, build up your share log, it is not going to be the best coin anymore. So you're going to constantly be losing. So instead of using something like what to mine, you're really going to have to figure out how these chains work, where the hash rate is, and what you could potentially be earning on the fly, because that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to very cheap power prices, and who knows how to play the game the best. Honestly, cheap power prices is going to beat everything on top of that. But you know what? Let's take a look at ERGO and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so here is the past month in ERGO hash rate, and we can see ups and downs, people coming on to it. And as of lately, September 2nd here, more people have been moving on to ERGO. We're hitting about 23.72 terahash now, and from about 15 on average coming over. Now, that's not much hash rate. It looks like it on this chart, but once the merge goes through, you know, it's going to be a crap ton more. This is going to look like it's way down here at that point. Regardless, it doesn't matter. So here is the hash rate and here is the difficulty. Now, you're probably wondering what's going on. What am I looking at? I don't really understand this. Some of you guys do know what you're looking at, and that's okay. We'll get into this in a minute. I just want to compare this now to Ethereum right quick. So here you can see hash rate up and down constantly all the time. And then we look at Ethereum difficulty, and it's following the same thing, up, down, because Ethereum does update its difficulty very, very fast. Now, how this works is as more hash rate comes onto a coin, the difficulty adjusts to keep the block time remaining exactly the same all the time. So there's never more coins mined. If you start finding more blocks, obviously you'll be finding more coins per day, and it'll be paying out miners and stuff more. So the difficulty is there to auto adjust based on hash rate to keep that block time staying exactly the same. So now we're back on Ergo. Is this kind of starting to make a little bit more sense now that you've seen the two charts and you kind of understand difficulty? So we're on the Ergo difficulty now, and it's fairly straight line. So Ergo takes a lot longer. Sometimes it's only a couple hours. I don't know if it's like every couple days they decide to run like a checker on how many blocks are found or something, but sometimes it's nice straight lines, and then, you know, it'll adjust down, it'll slowly adjust up, but it's fairly flat line for the most part, and then it does its adjustment and moves. So initially, right after the merge, we may get 1, maybe 2 days of no increased difficulty on Ergo, and therefore, in theory, we will be finding more blocks and getting more Ergo and getting paid a lot more. Now, this may be good initially, but this is also going to kick around in reverse and be bad for other miners. So as the difficulty does adjust, we will notice, obviously, the rewards and yields will be dropping very, very fast, and they'll just be gone all of a sudden. And you're like, okay, time to move on to another coin. So at that point, it now takes almost twice as long at times as the increase to actually move down. So now, say it took 1 to 2 days for the difficulty to finally go up, it may take 2 or 3 days for the difficulty to come down. Now, as miners know this and they realize what's going on and they move to another coin, there's people that might not realize this, keep mining Ergo at very reduction yields here, and not really make anything at all if they're lucky. They will not be covering power unless you got free power or very cheap. So they're going to stay on there. It takes a couple more days for this to actually drop down, and then the yields will be good again. People that know what you're doing, like I said, this is a crypto mining game. You now notice that the difficulty dropped back down as the miners left. Well, now it's prime time to move back onto Ergo, because that difficulty went down, and now you may get another day or two in terms of decent yields on Ergo. So it's going to be very interesting to see who plays the game, you know, correctly to the max, not just point it and set it and forget it. We're going to be definitely jumping around a lot of coins based on these factors. And Ergo is one that's definitely going to be in the middle ground. If you know what you're doing, you can probably definitely make some decent yields here, coming back to it every 4 or 5 days, maybe an Ergo difficulty spike. So it's going to be very interesting here. Well, there's my whole 2 cents on why I personally think Ergo will be the best go-to right at merge time. But what to mine after that when the difficulty spikes? I really have no idea. I most likely will have my GPUs and stuff off. I cannot see them being profitable with my power price. Now I have about 15.5, 16 cents Canadian. That works to about 11, 12 cents USD. And I really don't see that being profitable for a few months, at least until a lot of miners start shutting off their rigs. So I may only be mining with my GPUs for like once a week. Once that difficulty drops off Ergo, like that might be it. I don't know. So how are we going to determine what to mine? That's the biggest question out there. We don't know how many ASICs are for sure on Ethereum. We'll find out after merge time for sure. And then we also got to kind of cover what's our power price. Now, you guys may have seen all the Bitcoin charts out there. Like it costs this amount to mine Bitcoin where else ever in the world, you know, that has different areas, how much it costs based on their power price. So that's kind of like what we got to realize is going on with our GPUs. What is the power price of everyone else in the world? Like some people in Europe are up to like 40 cents. Some people are saying they're almost at $1 now. I'm at 15, 16 cents Canadian, which is 11, 12 cents USD. There's other people with free power, other people with less than 1 cent per kilowatt hour. All these are variables in who can turn off, what efficiency of your equipment you're running, and then we got to find the equilibrium across all the coins at a set power price. And initially, I think that power price is probably around the 6 or 7 cent range. So what does that mean? That means everybody, if 6 or 7 cents is break even on an average, everyone above that in power will be unprofitable. You will not be able to cover your power price when you're mining any of these coins. Now, as more miners slowly start drifting off and shutting down and realizing this, that power price with the difficulty drops will slowly start moving up to maybe 7.5, 8 cents, 9 cents. And eventually we will start moving into profitability again. But really, it comes down to miners having to quit for that difficulty to start coming down. So the future is looking very unknown at this point in time once Ethereum does go away. Let me know your thoughts and comments on the whole situation in the description. I mean, not description. I'll be writing that out in the comments below. I will see you guys on the next one. Rabid out.